Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm JC and today's video is a AuthorTube tag video, and I got it from Hannah R. Palmer's channel, and it's a story idea writing tag, and I thought it was fun, so I wanted to do it. And I'm going to read the questions from my phone as always, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So question number 1, what is your current story idea that you're working on right now? I'm just going to link it into the thing up here. It's The Weight of Her. It's basically a story of someone getting over childhood trauma and learning to forgive her mother as her mother is dying and she has to take care of her. And that's a really brief, horrible summary, but again, I'm gonna link it up there somewhere and you can go check out what the story idea is about, because I could literally go off on a tangent when I start talking about it. It's long. So question number 2, spark of inspiration. Do your ideas begin with the characters, plot, world building, or something else entirely? Characters. Sounds weird. I think most writers understand, and it happens to them too, but there are some people that look at me strange when I say this, but my characters come to me on their own and they tell me their story, or usually they start by telling me a piece of the story and I kind of have to try to piece together the rest, and they'll come interject themselves when I'm wrong and tell me that's not how the story is supposed to be told. And yeah, it sounds strange. I don't talk to people. I don't see invisible people or anything like that. I'm not crazy. But yes, my characters, they come to me and they tell me their story and I build from there. So my stories start with character always. There are some times when I have a subject matter, but still character. Number 3, brainstorm. How do you puzzle piece your story elements together? Do you start with the ending and make your way to the beginning, or vice versa? Again, my character tells me the story. I do not piece together stories. I don't know how you guys do that. Write the end first, or there has been a story where I knew how I wanted it to end, but I still didn't write the ending. And by the time I got to the end, how I wanted it to end initially, it changed anyway. So I don't know how you guys do the whole jumping scenes. I write chronologically from start to finish, chapter 1 through to the end. I do not jump around. That does not work for me. In fact, I think that would just throw me completely off. But yes, chronologically, start to finish. Yeah, that's how I piece my stories together. Number 4, I think that's what the question meant. But number 4, keep or toss. How do you know when you want to keep or dump a story idea? I don't dump story ideas. I might have a story idea that I don't like as much as when I initially thought about it, but it's still in a pile of papers somewhere, or in a document file somewhere, lingering in the atmosphere. I never throw away anything. Any piece of writing, any story idea. I do not believe in throwing away anything. Even in editing, I still have my book that I'm trying to get republished and isn't working out how I thought it would. I still have the initial copy before it was chopped down dramatically. I don't throw any piece of story away. I don't believe in that. So I'm a hoarder of ideas, I guess you could say. Number 5, original idea. How much of your original idea for your story is actually used once everything is finished? Pretty much most of it. This story that I'm currently working on, The Weight of Her, did start off differently, but the only reason it's changed is because my character kept coming to me to tell me that I was getting it wrong. She said, no, that you're still not getting it right. So far she's leaving me alone and letting me write this one. So I guess I got it right this time. But they pretty much start, I mean, they pretty much, when I'm finished, yes, of course there's editing and things get moved around or switched around, but it's the general idea never changes. Yeah. Number 6, hide or share. Do you share your book ideas with friends or keep them a secret? It depends on who the friend is. I have certain friends who are not writers. They do not understand. They probably think I'm wasting my life or whatever, but who cares? I mean, they understand that I am a writer. They just don't understand why I love it so much. I don't know. So, and when I talk about story ideas, I don't really get it. I have like 1 or 2 writer friends that do get it, obviously. And I have one of those writer friends who I share ideas with, and the other one I do not, only because, how do I say this delicately? I think she might steal them. Not intentionally, but subconsciously maybe. Yeah. And then I have like 1 writer friend. Well, I have 1 non-writer friend who I can share and bounce ideas off with, and she's really good at giving me ideas from a reader perspective and not a writer perspective, because she doesn't write, but she does read. So I bounce ideas off of her and she gets it. She gets my story. She's like my 1 non-writer friend who gets my writing and why I love it so much and all that. So, but for the most part, I don't learn not to share a lot of my ideas. Number 7, dream. Have any of your book ideas originated with a dream or a nightmare? No. Well, not that I've never gotten an idea in my dream. I just couldn't remember it once I woke up. So none of them actually came from my actual dreams. I've had ideas and I would wake up and I would wake up with the knowledge that I just had an idea for a story, but I could not for the life of me remember what that idea was. So frustrating, infuriating, because it's like I wake up, get the paper and pen to go write it down, and then it's just gone. And yeah, if y'all ever had that happen to you, okay, it's gone. Number 8, doppelganger. Have you ever had an idea for a story, but then see a similar premise in a book or a TV show or a movie? Yes. So, and I've told this story a couple of times to some of my non-writer friends, so they didn't understand. But so y'all know that show Orange is the New Black. So long before it was actually created, I had an idea for so I saw a movie long before that show was created, and it was about women's life in prison. It was just a quick 1.5 hour movie, and it wasn't an idea for a book that I had. It was an idea for a TV show. And I was like, oh, wouldn't that be great if I could expand on that and make it into a TV series, and I could write it or whatever. So the idea it simmered in my head, and it stayed there, and then the ideas kind of came, but I never did anything with the idea. And then the next thing you know, people are telling me about this show, Orange is the New Black, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I had an idea just like that. I mean, not the same premise. No one stole my idea or anything, because I didn't tell anyone this idea. Well, I told one friend this idea, but he would have never, like, I didn't expand on the idea. I just kind of lightly told him what it was about. But then everybody's talking about this show, Orange is the New Black, and it's about women and how they live life in prison and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, are you serious? That's my idea. Like, really? So, that's not bad enough. It happened again. Okay, so I had this show. I'm like, okay, you see all these shows, and about married couples and divorced couples and how they don't get along and co-parenting. But has there ever been a show with divorced couple that successfully, happily co-parents their children? And I'm like, ooh, you know, you don't see a show like that. Fast forward 2 years after that, Marlon Wayans comes out with a show. It's just called Marlon. I'm not thinking anything of it when I hear the title of the show. And then I hear the premise of the show. It's about two divorced parents who successfully are co-parenting their children. They even live together. That's how successful co-parenting they are. I'm just like, seriously? Again? So, yeah. I've seen a couple of my ideas played out in TV that I didn't move on fast enough. Yeah, it's happened. Number 9, big screen inspiration. Have any of your favorite movies, TV shows sparked ideas for scenes in your book? They haven't sparked ideas for scenes in any particular book that I've been writing. They have sparked ideas for other books. Yeah, TV is where I draw a lot of inspiration from, so it's nothing for me to get an idea from a TV or a book. I mean, yeah, for a TV, not from another book, but from a TV show, movie. Yeah, I've gotten plenty of ideas for books from watching TV or movies. And number 10, nostalgia. What's the oldest first story idea you remember coming up with or writing down? Is it bad to say I don't remember? I mean, I started off with poetry, so and my first little teeny picture book that I wrote when I was 6 and gave to my best friend at the time. I don't remember what that book was about because I was 6. I don't remember. I guess the first idea that I really had for a novel was in high school, and I cannot remember what the idea was. It obviously didn't go anywhere because I don't even remember what it was. So yeah, yeah, I don't remember. So that's it for this video. And if you like what you see and you want to see more videos from me, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I will include a link to Hannah R. Palmer's channel in the description box, along with the tag questions if you would like to do them. And until next time, have a blessed day. Bye.